As you guys may or may not know, we were Tesla shopping yesterday, and we're coming back to Tesla shop today. Let you know that we finna get one of these motherfuckers. So yeah, we're back at the Tesla shop. I'm gonna keep y'all posted on this. That's what's up. So you guys, I appreciate you stopping by the channel. Remember, it's Wake and Bake Inc. Y'all go ahead and like and subscribe. Check it out. If you like the rest of my videos, go on and check it out. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss none of the videos. Y'all understand me? We're gonna go in here and check this joint out. Ooh, y'all already know. See? And we're back in here with them. Y'all already know. Look how menacing that front end looks, y'all.
Morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. This is nice. I never really got a chance to sit in the back of this yesterday. So let's see what it feels like. Oh boy. Not bad. Like it. Sorry, my camera's a little fuzzy. I'll clean that up on the next one. As a matter of fact, I'll be right back. So here we are. We're right back. It's got plenty of room. I got headroom for days. Nice.
And then in between the wheels, you have all the actual ways to be.
Y'all already know which one this is. Model X, 100D. But I think that we're looking at this one down here on the end. This red one down here is the one we're looking at. I like the rims on it, everything. Kind of looks like a Porsche from this angle.
These things are pretty quick sometimes. Too quick, in the sense that if you're not used to it, I mean, I'll tell you, the first time I drove this thing on my Tesla, I was like, okay, well, it's the quickest thing I've ever driven, the fastest.
So we're waiting for him to get out of it, so you guys can see the front end of it and all that. Over the inside. Ouch.
Partial premium interior, so you don't get the cloth interior. We've actually done away with that.
Notice how big this TV is. Look at that. Big Tesla TV is. Yeah, that's why I should be shooting it in the first place. I never noticed that the whole front is the windshield all the way up. I never knew that until I sat in and looked at it. And the windshield goes all the way up. That's crazy. That's crazy from the top of the door. Now that's a big windshield. It also has the menacing Tesla look from the front. You already know. Let me give you all the sideways view. Make it look better for y'all. Yes. Yeah, we're gonna be driving the red one. Unfortunately, they have to give us a co-pilot. You know, we'll see how the co-pilot acts. Hope he's not a dick about it, but I really like this one. I really like the X. So we're walking back to the car, I guess.
Speaker setup with the 2 amp
Deep in the headquarters of Tesla.
Elon comes through once a week.
Right? Oh, keep forgetting to turn it to sideways, guys. So it's gonna keep looking messed up. It's gonna go back and forth from sideways to whatever the name of the view is. So I guess the car is parked over here somewhere. This is our co-pilot. I think he said his name was Ethan. Anyway, I'm gonna check you guys out when we get to the car. So I'm assuming we're here. And by the way, guys, this is my first time in a Tesla. So it's actually not for me. My brother's test driving this. That's my brother Charles right there. But I'm looking too. So I don't know. Pretty nice. I don't know about the 3. We're getting ready to test drive the 3, but I don't know if we're going to do the Model 3. But it's all right. We're at the car now. Going to get in the car and see what's happening. So he's filling it up now. I know he getting his ass in the back.
I'm gonna hop in the passenger seat to help direct the test drive.
What the hell?
Sure. Sorry?
What's that? What the hell? Man, I don't like riding in no back seats.
Pretty good view. You got the glass roof above you.
We get there at the same time too. Ah.
So this is all good for? Yeah. Don't worry, we'll get you.
You've been doing this a while, so I don't see any scars, anything on you.
I'm still in one piece. I have all my appendages. Now, you can also, if you want, you can customize how aggressively the car overtakes slower traffic in front of you. So you can set it to mild, average, or Mad Max if you're feeling
A little frisky.
a little frisky.
What about Mad Max?
All right, there we go. So if you're trying to, let's say, go 75 on the highway, car in front of you is going 60, it'll pretty aggressively overtake that vehicle.
Okay.
But again, you know, I'll bring you back in one piece.
Okay.
Now, when you're on the highway, to invoke autopilot, you'll be pushing the drive stalk down twice. So 1, 2, and you'll know autopilot is enabled because you'll hear a little chime and the blue steering wheel icon will be highlighted here, and you'll see a blue semicircle highlighted here in the center as well. To disengage autopilot at any time, you can put your foot on the brake or push this firmly up.
Okay.
That's also how you put it in drive. So firmly down once is in drive, firmly up is reverse, and then click there at the end of the park. And last but not least, AC. So let's set it to 65. To control AC, as you can see, the vents are nice and hidden away.
Yeah.
So you'll tap here and control airflow with gestures. Just like that.
Okay.
Try it out. You bring more center to you.
This way.
Pinch it in.
So is that a separate one over there?
So I have separate, but if you bring them closer to each other and then pinch inwards, it'll join them together.
Okay.
You do that there. So now it's one single airflow.
Cool.
Pretty cool, huh?
That is cool. Anything about Tesla's cool.
My friends think I'm a total dork because they're like, "What's your favorite feature?" And I'm like, "Man, the HVAC's really cool." And they're like, "Shut up." All right, you have the key card on you still?
I do, yes.
All
in my
right,
back
so
pocket.
something I want to point out with the key card is that that's your backup key. Your primary key is going to be your smartphone. So it's going to wirelessly unlock your vehicle when you walk up to it. And once you get in the car and put your foot in the brake, that'll start your car. Now, with a key card, what you'll do is set it gently behind the, set it just right behind the cup holder, over here. And then put your foot in the brake. And there you go, start the car. And then once you do that, you can put it back in your pocket.
So is it started or?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
That's currently on. So to put it in drive, you shift firmly down. So a little firmer. There you go. A little turn right.
Can't hurt it, right? Yes, you could hurt
I trust. I'll find out if I should. Soon here. Alright, coming up to the stop sign, we'll be turning right. Are you getting airbag there?
Yeah.
Sure you're not cooking.
I was roasting when I first got in.
So I do want to point out with this glass roof, it is tinted, so heat and UV typically don't get into the cabin. But if you want to further prevent heat, there's a 3M film that a friend of mine got for the side, and it's like night and day difference, honestly.
Does it tint it or?
It tints it lightly. He got a 30% tint, which, I mean, it darkens it, but you can still kind of see. But he got it mostly because of the heat not getting into the cabin, and he has black leather, and I got into the car, and it was a nice, cool, ambient temperature. We'll keep straight through here. So what do you think about the regen braking?
Okay, yeah.
Kind of an immediate acceleration. See, the benefit of that regen braking is it actually helps to extend your brake life. So typically, you know, you can extend it to well over 100,000 miles because you're not really having to use the disc brakes.
Right, I was reading that somewhere. Some guy didn't change it till 70,000 miles. What's that for?
Oh, so it's saying both pedals pressed?
Oh,
It's your big feet.
my big foot, yeah.
It's okay, I didn't know any better. And then we'll turn down right here. one doesn't. I was waiting for you to try that out. I was like, okay, it's gonna be that kind of tester. All right, and then past this light here, we'll be gonna be turning left up there. That looks like it. So we'll follow behind this Subaru here. All right, so now they're coming up to all these cars. I want to point out.
Oh, okay.
Able to track everything around you.
Yeah.
And what's cool is that notice how there's actually different icons for different types of cars. So there's a sedan, and you're surrounded by SUVs and a minivan. You also got one there in blind spot, and you can also tap here and then see everything else around you. Now once you're at a stop, you can take your foot completely off the brake, and there you go. You're free. Any thoughts so far? Questions? Concerns? Anything that stands out?
No, I'm just admiring everything about this.
The lack of ornamentation, instrumentation.
Yeah. Less distractions, really. How about the radio?
Let's see. So this one is the standard range plus. So this doesn't have the streaming, but it does have Bluetooth connection, and you also have, of course, FM radio. So you can connect your phone. You want their algorithm to strike you down.
Right?
So is this car set up for like Apple?
So you can get USB-C and Lightning attached to it. So you can kind of blind holster your phone right there and not have to worry
You
about
pull
it.
the punches.
All right. We'll want to get in a far right lane eventually.
Sheesh.
Perfect. That's one way to go about it.
Yeah, that was a nice little pull there.
Like owning your own personal roller coaster.
Right? That's a good explanation of it.
Turn right. So the beauty of it is that the electric motor doesn't really have a transmission in the sense of a gasoline car, right? You don't have to shift through several gears to get to speed. It kind of just goes.
Right. There's no hesitation.
Exactly. It's a luxurious way to feel like you're being shut out of a can. Alright, what we'll do here is we're going to continue straight all the way through Gate Parkway. We're going to eventually get to Belfort. And then from there we'll get on the highway and I can show you guys autopilot.
Right.
But through here it gives you a nice little sense of city driving, you know, the smoothness of the acceleration, how the handling basically feels like it's a rail on the road.
So what are these?
Right here.
Yeah.
This is your camera icon, so you can tap on that and see your camera at any time and swipe down to dismiss. This is your charging menu. So here you can see your current battery limit, the charge current, scheduled charging, and recent supercharging. So supercharging, you can plug into your vehicle and it's going to show you your last instance of supercharging and how much it's cost you. Scheduled charging, it's really cool for, let's say your utility provider has, peak energy rates where at 11 p.m. the energy cost tends to go down, right? Because everyone's asleep and not many people are using.
Well, that is great. The fact that they can adjust it.
Right, exactly. You don't have to be driving, 5 under the speed limit on the highway, constant fear of,
Right.
am I
Am I
going to
gonna
make
walk?
it? Yeah, exactly. I've taken this car on several road trips. I've taken it to Charleston. I've taken it to Tallahassee. I mean, never was I concerned about, range anxiety, which is a pretty prevalent thing with electric cars, just, as a concept for a lot of people. But on my trip to Tallahassee, it let me know ahead of time to stop at Live Oak, or not Live. It was Live Oak or Lake City. Which one was it? It's one with the Busy Bee that I stopped at. I think it was Live Oak. Yeah, so it was Live Oak that had me stop in. So there was a Busy Bee there, so I was able to stop in, plug up the car, go into the Busy Bee, get some snacks, use the restroom, hang out. Not in that order, but go in there, kill some time. And I would say that stop took me about 20-25 minutes. And then from there you can continue straight to Tallahassee. And then once you get to Tallahassee, they actually have a supercharging station as you come in right from the interstate.
So supercharging is faster than regular.
Correct. And because it's so much quicker, you typically don't want to reserve supercharging for daily use. So, for example, if there's a supercharger that's down the road from you or is built down the road from your house, it might be tempting to get a quick little top off, but you typically wouldn't want to do that because it's going to be more expensive for you, really, most importantly. But also, if you daily charge on a supercharger, there is some, you do kind of run the risk of accelerating the wear and tear of the battery if you do it every single day. But if you use it for supercharging as intended, then you're going to be just fine.
So like when you're low on mileage. And what does it tell you how many miles you have left?
Right here, 221 miles. And if you tap on that, it also automatically brings up your charging menu. And you can set your charge limit to daily and trip. So the question is kind of like, why do you want to set a charge limit for the battery? You typically want to keep it around 90% or so for daily driving. So you have that last little bit of reserve there for regenerative braking.
Okay.
But again, hands on the wheel.
Very loosely.
Right. Because if you do steer too hard against it, it's going to disengage the auto steer. So that might be scary if you're going into a turn and you disengage the auto steer without realizing it. So really, like I said, a natural resting grip should do the trick. You'll feel some turning, some resistance against your hands anyway, so it'll be a little spooky at first.
I'm pretty sure it will be.
I believe in you. You're gonna do great.
That's all I need.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll be your cheerleader if it gets us back alive. Alright, there we go. And I can assure you that does not get old.
I know.
Not once. Not once. And then what we'll do here is get behind this Beetle here. Or not Beetle, that's what is that, BMW?
One here.
No disrespect to BMW. Yeah, we'll get behind this BMW here. Because we're going to eventually want to get onto the highway.
Yeah, that was pretty bad for being there.
No disrespect intended.
Right.
I guess I have to get my eyes checked.
Is that an electric one also?
Maybe
saw
it's a
one.
hybrid.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I know a lot of their cars are have hybrid variants now.
There's only one all-electric one in it, and that's at i8, right?
The i3.
i3?
Yeah, the i8 is it's like an electric vehicle hybrid.
Yeah.
Let me get to the left. Yes, sir. It has a DC electric motor, and then it has I think it's like a 1.4 liter Mini Cooper engine.
Oh. Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's more powerful now. That's just the last spec I heard of it.
Definitely not about the hybrid. It's either all or nothing. Gas or no gas.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, most people, I would say, if your battery range is above 200 miles, that's going to satisfy most daily driving, and even road trips. And anything that is close to 300 or over 300, you're really not going to actively think about that because that's the usual.
Get on the highway.
That's the usual, engine range or gasoline engine range of most cars. It's like 350 or so. Some people get 400 though.
The frugal drivers, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. No AC, windows down, those types. Alright, so my recommendation is that when we're on the highway, get in the middle lane when you get an opportunity. Okay. That'll just be a nice neutral starting point for autopilot.
And for autopilot, you have to go over 100 miles or 100 times or 10 times. I can't remember what for it to register that it can do that.
Oh, to calibrate the sensors? Yeah, when you initially take delivery of the car, you have to drive it around for about a day's worth of driving to get the cameras nice and calibrated. You'll actually have a little status indicator on the touchscreen that'll
So if you don't apply pressure to the wheel when it indicates, then what happens?
So it's going to continue to repeat with visual warnings and eventually an audible warning to let you know that you need to resume control and get your hand back on the wheel. If you continue to neglect those warnings, it will disable auto steer for the rest of the trip and it'll demand that you take over the car.
Okay.
It won't just stop in the middle of the road. Like, hey,
It'll right. And it was a hot day, so I temporarily unbuckled my seat, take my jacket off, and it immediately began decelerating on the road. So lesson learned.
Right.
So we'll do now.
I thought it would like, you know, take you over and then stop or slowly stop.
Let's check this out. I have Tesla program as our destination.
My turn signals on.
So to eventually get into the right lane. So apply some light force to the wheel forward. A little grip forward. There you go. So now it's going to change lanes. You want to just confirm here and there. Right. And then check this out. So coming up here, so this Mercedes is going to get into our lane. It's going to back off as necessary. And then it's going to know that we need to get in this lane, so it's going to do that for you automatically. It's going to invoke the turn signal, and it's going to conduct a lane change for you. It's pretty insane, right?
That is. It's like I want to take over.
So look, it's going to take all this for you. Don't worry. Just relax and enjoy the ride. Now, if you do truly feel uncomfortable, you can take over.
Yeah.
But it is going to navigate the entirety of this ramp for you automatically. And it's going to decelerate down about 55. You can see that reflected right here. But don't worry, it's going to take all this for you. Okay. What you think?
That's awesome.
You can actually see those two vehicles way up ahead there. It's got incredible situational awareness. So for situations like this, it's going to assist us emerging back into traffic. So of course, you know, in situations like this, you'd want to be hyper aware in the event of, like, for example, we should be okay with this truck here, but you're good.
Oh, it wasn't me. I didn't do anything. I'm just.
Well, I thought I saw you tense up.
Well, no, I did, but then the car slowed
Okay,
up.
okay.
I'm saying it wasn't me.
All right, I got you. Check it out. It's going to assist us to get into this lane here. So give a little grip to the wheel. It's going to bring us on down to speed. It's going to slowly transition control back to us. So, coming up in 500 feet, 400 feet, 300 feet, and you'll just resume control by getting your foot on the brake. How was that?
Painless.
So, basically from Belfort up until this point, you didn't do anything.
No, I definitely did.
Just like that.
That is insane.
Now, I do want to stress that auto steer can also be used for sort of like those, like, you know, old, like, back roads, you know, with no intersections. If there's no intersections, no stop signs, traffic lights, things like that. You can use auto steer in those conditions as well. It's going to be restricted to 45 miles an hour because it knows via GPS that you're not on the highway. And of course, in those environments, even though they're not as, you know, high stakes as highway driving, you're still hand on the wheel, you know, ready to take over just in case.
And so it's primarily used for highway or roads you really don't have to stop and start again.
Exactly. Now, towards the end of 2019, they are going to be putting out automatic driving for cities. So Basically, the idea is that from your garage at home to your parking spot at work, you won't have to do any.
See all the women putting on their makeup then.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
You know, I'm driving to work and I see people reading the newspaper, and I'm like,
You know, and
how do you do that?
it's funny because it's usually the people who are the least attentive drivers who have the least trust in self-driving technology.
So what are you saying? You talking about me?
No. Well, you didn't come to mind when talking about putting on makeup. So, but no, I mean, yeah, people who just like sit there and watch videos pretty much. I've seen that before, actually. Straight up watching a YouTube video or Netflix, whatever it was.
Right.
Catching up on Game of Thrones, going to 75.
What?
Right.
Alright, keep straight through here. We're basically going to go all the way back towards the showroom. And then once we're back, I'll show you how to park.
Yeah, I saw that somewhere too. The car was jammed in somewhere, and he did something, and the car pulled out.
Yeah, so summon today can be used to bring a vehicle forward or back, basically in and out of a parking space. With a hand summon, I know they're going to want to release that in a few weeks, and that's going to have it to where your vehicle will come find you curbside in a parking lot. So it'll back itself out, drive around through stop signs, and come find you. First thing I thought of when I saw that was coming out of Publix with a shopping lot or shopping cart full of groceries. It's pouring down rain. Press summon, it'll come up to you, load up the groceries, painless.
That's
And let's
perfect.
think of some James Bond stuff too.
Yeah, exactly. Start shopping around for some bow ties.
He's in the backseat driving his car around.
Exactly. Got his glass of champagne. Just kidding. Open container and all that.
Right.
Oh yeah, none of that.
That's something I want to stress. A lot of people, weirdly enough, their first question was, "Okay, so I can go drink then, right?" And I'm like, "No."
No, they're still drinking and driving.
I just told my brother about a story about the guy that got arrested for drinking and driving. You know, the cop pulls up and he's out cold, and
Yeah.
so he calls up 2 other cars, and they get beside him and one in front of him. They slow the car down.
Until lawmakers explicitly state the policy on that, I would not make that assumption.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll get in the left lane of the
Forgot you had on-demand power.
You are now one with the Model 3. Left the light here. This is a real button.
Hell no. That's funny.
We paid people to do this. You also got a map of planet Mars. So if you find yourself lost in deep space somehow, fret not. You do have a map of the red planet built in.
Well, that would come in handy.
You never know. You never know. We've already got one Tesla up in space. Who's to say there won't be a second?
True.
Now,
It's the deer one.
so that is Santa Claus mode. So you tap ho ho ho. Put your Santa cap on. Driving around with your bags full of gifts. There is also, this is an autopilot Easter egg, so more cowbell. It's going to change your lane to little rainbows. It's going to kind of look like Mario Kart, and it's going to play, the Gotta Have More Cowbell clip from SNL.
Oh wow.
It's the beauty of this car. A lot of it is why not.
Exactly.
All right, well, we're going to be here. Mr. Walker is going to continue straight. Ooh, all right. Self-driving car. And then past this stop sign up there, we'll be turning left. Bringing us towards the store, and we'll auto park this, back over the vehicles. Well, what have you thought of your Model 3 experience? You've done it. You've survived.
Very nice. Very nice.
Turn left here.
You guys gotta let me out for your auto parking.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
got to see that.
Can we all get out to our park?
No, sir. You're still going to be in the driver's seat.
Okay. Let's do this.
Right, pretty much. That's really what it is. You just press a button and
That's awesome, man.
What is magic?
So it does parallel parking.
It does parallel park as well.
It's gonna save my son when he gets his license.
Are you guys from the Jacksonville area?
I am not. Now, do I go over here?
Through back the same way. So this right here.
I actually live in Chicago.
Oh, so you're just passing through town?
Yes.
Nice. Well, welcome to Jacksonville, guys. And there's a black P100D Model X right there.
Oh yeah.
That car is quicker than a Lamborghini Aventador in a quarter mile.
Yep.
Have the left lane.
I've seen a race.
It's pretty cool. You can beat a $500,000 Italian supercar with groceries in your front trunk.
What?
All right, come to a stop. Keep going.
Okay, guys, I jumped out so they could do the auto park. So we're gonna see the car auto park. His hands are completely off the wheel. Look how close it is to that car. His hands are still off the wheel. And the car is parked, you guys. So here's a look at the outside of it. I wish I would have used my GoPro, but this phone is just as good. This is the Model 3.